what is something that you hope kids take from ICDT, their time here, as they like move on to that next step, whether it's college, whether it's just like jumping into industry, or whether it's like maybe not even arts related, right? Because oftentimes it's not, and that's okay.
Right. Yeah.
I want them to, whatever they do, carry the like kindness and inclusion and all of that good stuff about just being a good person in the world that has empathy for others and that shows up for others and that cares if others are, you know, not doing well, and that lends a helping hand. That, I think, number one. And then I think being also just a good, what do I want to say? I want to say like a good worker, but not that. Like showing up and doing your best in whatever you know,
capacity,
do, on a daily, you know, basis.
Yeah, I love the idea that like, I just want you to be helpful, is like at the tail end of it, is like that so much can be solved if instead of like coming into the day and feeling like you have to get things done, you approach it from a place of like, well, how can I be helpful both to myself and like my team? And that is like the lesson we are consistently teaching when we're in processes.
Yeah, contribution, like a positive contribution.
That's a great way to say it.
And being able to like recognize that like you have the agency to make a positive contribution.
You are worth that.
Exactly.
And moving kind of forward, we had talked briefly about like the power of just do it. We're not sponsored by Nike, but like we it keeps coming up that it really is just this muscle of like, I see a need, I know the need needs to be filled. I don't necessarily know the steps, but I can learn.
Yes.
Talk about how you build that both like in your employees and in your students, because obviously like the method has to be different, but the result is ultimately like the same.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's in the can. Right? Of like, it's not like I am doing that or I might be able to do that, but it's like the potential is there if I want to. I think it's in making it more than okay to be human in all parts of yourself. And so that might mean I'm really good at this and I'm really not. Like, I'm not amazing at that. And that's not a loss on me. That doesn't mean anything about me. Like, that can just be the truth. And I also can get amazing at that if I really wanted to, or like later in life or whatever it is. So I think it's a freedom to be where you are and love all parts of who you are. And that it's all about progress. Like, I quote, Tony Robbins is my dude. So, you know, it's really, I feel like the fulfillment in life is like progress. It's like learning and like taking on more understanding and, you know, a bigger vision of the world and a bigger vision of yourself. And so knowing that if you truly want something, you can do it. You can have it. You just need to put the effort towards it and choose that you want it, you know? And so I think, and with the team, it's the same kind of stuff. Like, you know, we didn't know how to take a credit card. We didn't know how to make a website, all those things. But you figure it out. Like, we're capable. We're possible. It's like out there for us to figure out how to make this happen. And along the route, I'm going to burn a ton of hours doing it wrong. And trying a whole thing that, like, ended up not working. And it wasn't a waste of my time. Because I learned so much in that process, you know? And so, because I don't want my team to ever feel like I can't make a mistake, or I spent all this time on this thing and it's actually not going to come to fruition. Like, that's part of the journey. That's how this happens. Like, it's like a rehearsal. It's the same kind of thing. Like, we're not just pumping out product. You can't pump out product without exploring. And if we're not exploring, where's the creativity? Right.
You don't
like,
get to practice
I want
the creative
us to
element.
be. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. And also it goes back to another phrase that we and I say all the time, which is different people are different. And everything works in that. It's a whole thing. We could do a whole episode on that, but
let's restart.
Right. But that her, you know, strengths in the theater world are totally different than what my strengths are in the theater world. And her strengths in the work world are totally different from mine in the work world, right? And that's why it works, is because we're all coming with something different. And that goes into the empathy part too, of like, she's having an experience and I might not, I've never experienced that, but I can also take a moment to say, why do I think she's going through that? Why do I think that she's feeling that? You need that as an actor to take on your role, but we need that as humans to be able to connect. And so we are all going to show up differently, and can we still be open and like love all of us where we're at, and for the complexity that we all bring.
That's really, really lovely, because it makes me like immediately reflect on this idea that like, I think when I show up in the day, my assumption is that like I am, especially like when you go through actor training, right, you are a product. There's so much emphasis on being a product and showing up as the product at all times.
Right.
To suddenly realize like, no, I'm not in a room of products, I'm in a room of processes, is such an incredibly like liberating thing to work from.
Yeah.
That's really,
I like that.
great, because you said it. So I'm glad I'm really, really happy that you liked it. Do you